This is the problem that I have with Great Britain, guys. Like, this is the only problem I have with Great Britain, right? Because, in my opinion, they are the foundation of a lot of problems that we are facing on the African continent today, right? No matter how we want to say it, they played a part, and this is how I believe that they played a part, right? Now, and that is the fact that, so I respect the British, right, for spreading Western civilization, you know, pioneers in a lot of things. I respect the British Empire, and I like the fact that, okay, they wanted to, you know, they wanted to share their ideas and values with the rest of the world, which I think is a good thing. The problem is that a lot of countries that they went into, they didn't take time to really understand how we function as a people, black people as a people, for example, right? I'll give an instance. I would say Africa, for example. Most of the countries that were formed by the British, they were not created with the good of us Africans in mind, right? Even if maybe they had good intentions, which I doubt at first. Maybe they had good intentions, but they did not create these countries, you know, thinking of us as a people. Nigeria, for example, Lord Lugard amalgamated the northern and southern protectorates into a country, grouping over maybe 200 plus ethnicities, and created a country, and then left the country to run. Hello, this territory that you created and called Nigeria was occupied previously by different tribes that did not even like themselves. I'll keep emphasizing the fact that they did not like themselves, and then you came, created a structure, and then joined them together and said they should become a country, right? I would have thought that, okay, after your colonial era was over, you know, before handing independence to these countries, you should have done your research. Like, let the people, you know, go back to the way they were. So, in my opinion, Nigeria should have been like maybe 15 or 20 different smaller countries, right? That way, we can now understand that, okay, we are dealing with this group in a country, everybody speaks this language, you know. I believe that we would have been better, because this whole juxtaposition of different peoples to form a country is a good idea, but the way the African mind works is different from the way the Western mind works, right? The Western mind, permit me to say, use the word, they are more progressive, right? More progressive, you know, more problem solving oriented, you know. The African mind is more tribal in nature. We think more in communities, you know. We think smaller than the West, you know. So you're now creating a country and then trying to now get these Africans, us Africans, to now implement your system of government is the reason why there is a lot of problem on the continent today. And that is the problem that I have with the British Empire, because they colonized, you know, most of West Africa. The French did the same thing too. So that's why in Africa today you have Anglophone countries and Francophone countries, right? It's the same thing. Just juxtapose people together, you know, and then you put them together and then hope that they able to run countries. Truth is, no African was running a country prior to the arrival of the Europeans. We had different tribes ruling themselves. So there was no country. So this whole thing, in my opinion, Africans have not learnt it. Truth, we have not learnt how to govern ourselves like Europeans. We are still stuck in our tribal ways. So that is why we have this problem. And in the previous video, I said that I think we need you guys to come back. We need the colonial masters to come back, and then Africans need to watch them and see how they structure, you know, and run their societies. I'm not here to come and say that the West is perfect. The West is not perfect. Of course, they have their problems, but you can see from the way the African continent is and the way Europe as a continent is, you can see the difference like night and day. Okay, I believe that if we had hybrid systems of government, whereby as Africans we develop this hybrid system of governments, we take things from Africa that we like and we take things from the West that we like and form our own type of government. I personally believe that we would have better countries today. But because we are trying to run these countries that the British created for their own purpose, mixed with our Africanness, that is why we're having so much problems. So yes, foundationally, Great Britain is a very, very, very major cause of the problems we have on the African continent. Alright guys, thank you for watching. See you guys on the next video. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll talk to you some other time. Peace out.